welcome. My name is Jason Day. I'm a product designer at Atomic Robot, and today I wanted you to walk you through how to make a bottom navigation bar for your mobile applications. So this is what we're gonna make. We're gonna make these components first, and then we'll just make these like quick little screens here. So I'm just gonna walk you really quickly through what we're gonna make. We're gonna pull some icons from Iconify plugin. We're gonna make some buttons for our navigation bar, and a little bit of animation for this one. And then we're gonna make these variants for each one of these these sections here. Like we have home, we have chat, we have data, and then we have menus. So let's go ahead and get into it. I'm going to pull my sidebars back up here, and I hope you like plugins as much as I do. I think they're awesome. So what we're gonna do is we'll just start with home. And if you haven't downloaded Iconify, I strongly recommend it because it's really easy to use. We're just going to import that as a component. And then we're going to do two different ones because we want to have like a selected one and a non-selected one. And let's go ahead and just download everything while we have this open. And let's do chat. All right. So let's do this one and this one. Boom. All right. And now we have, what's next? I think data. This might be one where we have to type in something else like graph, I think. All right, is that it? Here we go. So let's do that. So we have filled in, like I would say selected versus not selected. And then the last one, we're going to do menu. Oh, not the last one. Excuse me. I was wrong on that. We got a couple more to get. I like to use dots, and I prefer the vertical, but you can download whatever you want. I just like that kind. And then lastly, we're gonna do plus or add plus. That's not right. All right, so let's just do this, and I think we should be good to go. All right, now I just have to find out where these suckers got put. Here they are. Boom. All right, so firstly, let's move these over here so we can kind of reference what we had up there. This one's not a component, so let's go ahead and make a component out of that. And that's just Option Command K for the quick shortcut there. Then we'll do it for that one as well, Option Command K. All right, so let's go ahead and kind of group our little iconies together in a way that makes sense to us a little bit. All right, so obviously this is going to be different, and then we have that. All right, so now let's just combine all these as variants, and we're just going to call them icons, okay? And let's do some auto layout, so we can just like work with them a little bit better, easier, cleaner, all that good stuff. Okie dokie. So now let's go ahead and name these. You got to name everything. If you don't name it, actually we have to, let's make these make more sense. Okay. So we're going to make this home, and then like a little option 8, and then let's do empty. That you can do empty or stroke. I'm going to make this one filled. So, you know, it's like a filled icon versus non-filled. And then this is going to be chat. And we're going to call this one, or I'm going to call this one empty. You can call it what you want. Chat filled. And then we'll just go ahead and name this guy plus. And then we have, I guess, I'm going to call it data. Yeah. Empty and data filled. And then lastly, we have our menu, which we're going to have to like make that one filled. Maybe we can go ahead and do that here. Maybe that makes sense to do. So what we're going to do here for that is we have the 3 vector circles. Let's go ahead and flatten these. And you don't have to flatten them. That's just what I'm going to do. And just leave it vector, I guess. And then we can put a frame around that. Excuse me. Let's just call it menu. And then now we can, I'm going to show you why we're doing this. Whoop, that's the wrong thing. So I'm just holding down command. And I'm going to make it 24. Made it way too wide, didn't I? 24. And then 24. So now we're going to come in here. We're going to take the vectors. And we're just going to center them within that frame. And then we're going to take that frame and center it within this one. Okay. So for the menu here, we're going to make this 100% rounded edges. It still looks off or something. Oh, because we're not, I didn't do, interesting. It's like a pixel off each way. So maybe you won't notice it. So we can make another one of these. And now what we're going to do is take that, let's change all these white to like actual white, not what they default as. So we have included our design system colors, so feel free to use these at your will. And then now we're going to take this white and let's make it black for now. And then we're going to make the fill on this, I guess white. Yeah, there you go. All right, so a little bit off, but I think it's okay for now. And this is, okay, white, cool. All right, so now there you have it. We have our icons that we're going to use for this right here, okay? So let's go ahead and get this thing going. And let's pull this out here. And I'm just going to command click this text, this font, because when you do that, it saves that style. And I had created a new style for this. So now we're going to make this, I think we're going to make another frame around this because we want the tap area to be 44 by 44 pixels. That is the HIG guidelines to make something accessible wise, so it's tappable. And let's just call this buttons, or button rather. And then, so now we're going to make this, actually, let's undo that. I have a better idea. So if you do auto layout, it's automatically going to make it the 44 because it was 24, and auto layout automatically does 10 pixels around it. So that's the size we need. So let's just call it button. And then now we're going to make this button itself the rounded edges, okay? And then we're going to take this and this, select them both, auto layout them. This needs to be centered, make sure that's centered, and make sure this is centered. And now we're going to call this, what do we call it here? We called it, I guess, home. Haha. Okay, that makes sense. So let's call this home. Oop. If I could type correctly. All right, so now we're going to make this component, okay? And then we don't want that much padding, 10 to too much. It's what they automatically give us. I did 2 on the previous thing, but I think it could have used a little bit more padding. So let's try 4 and see how that works. And now we're going to make another variant of this, and this is going to be where it is selected. So I'm going to show you how we're going to do that. So we're going to do, I think it's 700, yeah. And so now we're going to do filled, and let's rearrange these because they're not really arranged in a good way to pull from. So what you can do here is we have, I think it makes the most sense to have home like at the top because that's where it is, home filled, and let's do home empty, and then next would be chat, and let's do that right under home. I hope you can kind of get an idea of why we're doing this. One of them is called a variant. That's not good. Which one is that? This one. Haha. Menu filled. Okay. Back to cleaning this up, and we're just hitting these like little dials here. And so then it would be plus, oop, I grabbed the wrong thing. And then menus obviously down here. And oh, I could have just changed it here. Look at that. Didn't have to go back. Maybe I can't. Okay, there it is. Empty. All right. So now we have this one here. Okay, so now they're kind of like in like the order in which we're going to make them. I think it just makes sense for me to do that. So, okay, so now we need to make the chat one. So what we can do is just drag this one over, and we can just detach this because I don't think we want to make nested components for this. You can if you want, but I'm not sure how that would work out in the long run. And we're just going to change this to chat empty. And then we'll make this a new component like that. How you like that? How fast is that? Okay, so now we're just going to make a duplicate of that. Again, we're going to change this to chat filled, and then we're going to make, it's already 100 because we've copied what was here. And let's go ahead and fill that with 700. And there you have it. We have chat. And so we're going to call these false. And we can just go ahead and do that there. And this is going to be true. And this just gives us our Boolean so that we can easily change these things. All right, so now let's duplicate it again. Okay, and again, we're just going to control click, detach, and we're going to change our icon to data. And then let's call this data. And then let's Option Command K. Let's make another one, and let's change our fill to 700. I'm kind of going out of order, but I mean, I'm just doing the same thing to all of them. Okay, and then this one is going to be, oops, false, and true. All right, and we have like one kind of last one here, and again, control click, detach. We're going to change this icon to menu empty, change this to menu, right? And then make this a component. We make a variant and just change that fill to 700. All right, and then we're going to change this to filled. Okay, so lastly, what's left? The plus. Let's bring some positivity in our life here, shall we? All right, so let's duplicate this guy. All right, and remember, we want to have that touch area of 44 at least. And let's just call this add. We can just call it plus, I guess. And I like add. I don't know why. Let's just change it up. Why not? I'm going to make this one a little bit bigger because like we kind of just want to have a little bit more emphasis on this one. And I'm holding command for that to drag that out. All right. And so now we're going to come in here and make it sure it's centered, right? We want this to have rounded edges, okay? We're going to fill this with, I'm going to fill it with black. You can do any color you want. I'm going to add a stroke of white to it. And then we are going to make this a component. We're going to make a variant of this component, right? And then I'm going to add a little bit of padding to this. I'm going to do the outside while this one's inside. You see here. And then I'm going to add a shadow to this. Let's see if it... I don't think that's what I want. Nope. So we're going to make a custom shadow. Why not? And then I'm going to make the shadow white because we have a dark background. And yeah, I think that'll work. And then what we're going to do here is make this an interactive component. So we come to our prototype thing here. And you get these little dots when you hover over it. And it doesn't matter which one you select. You just drag it. And we're going to change it to after delay. And I want this to be kind of a slow animation, so it's not fast and like super distracting. So I'm going to just kind of play with what these look like, and then bring that back after delay. And I think this is okay, the 800. We'll see how it works when it's all set up and if we like it or not. All right, so now there you have it. We have all of our little buttons for our navigation bar. So we switch back to the design, and we're going to take these and we're going to duplicate them, okay? And then now we're going to group these together in auto layout, and I'm going to call this the navigation bar. If I can spell the first time around, probably not, I never do. Okay, so now that we have this auto layout, let's put some padding on either side. We want the space between all of these to not be packed because they won't move. We want them to have the space between it to be even, so that when we do this, it's always the same size. And you're wondering, how are we going to do the plus sign? I'm going to show you. Well, let's just add a little bit of custom padding here, and let's do 48 at the bottom, because some devices have that little like handle at the bottom there, so we want to accommodate for that. And at the top, let's just do 16. That might be a little too much. Let's like try 8. And the great thing about this is like you can just adjust these, anywhere you want, and you can type it in here if you double click, all that good stuff. I love auto layout. So this is a little tricky trick. We're going to duplicate this, okay? We're not going to add this yet. I'm going to show you. We're going to come into our colors here, and shame on me, I have the wrong colors. Let's go ahead and fix this white to white right here. All right, and that should apply to this one. There we go. All right, so we're going to change this to black just to kind of demonstrate what I'm trying to do here. We want to hide this, and the reason why, and I think that what we're going to use, the width-wise, is going to be 390 for Apple iPhone, was it 14, I think. So we're going to take this, we're going to copy it, Command-C, and we're going to paste it in here. And now we're going to use this little guy here. It is an absolute positioning, so we're going to tap that to give it absolute positioning. It's not going to affect anything else on here. We're going to center it like that, and we're going to, there we go. So now, no matter what, this thing will always be in the center, and the one that we have under there is hidden. So there you have it. We have a navigation bar. So let's go ahead and make this a component, okay? And like, there's never going to be an instance where not one of these is selected, right? So no matter if you have a navigation bar visible, you're always going to have one selected. So let's go ahead and we can select this one. So we're going to turn this one on. Like, that's the Boolean we did. That's the true and false, or excessive true, false. So because this one's false, you turn it off, it's false, turn it on, it's true. And that's why I kind of like made this one true, even though, you get what I'm doing. Anywho, let's go ahead and select this, and we're going to make a variant of it. And let's go here, and you want to name stuff as you go along if you can. So now it's going to be really easy to make these variants. You don't have to build it this way. There's like so many ways you can build a navigation bar. You don't even necessarily need to make variants of these things, but I think personally it's really easy to replace them when you have a variant. And we're going to go ahead and name this chat, okay? And then right here, let's see, oops. Let's go ahead and make another variant and turn, ooh, what's going on there? Did I not do that right? I did not. See there? Default. So now I have to come back up here and call this one false and true because I wasn't true to how I was teaching. All right, so now we can turn that on and we can turn this one off. Perfect. All right, so now we have, oh, we didn't give this a color. Let's, did I name something twice? Oh, variant 4 should be menu and chat. And, oh, this one's called chat. It should be data. Shame on me, Jason. Shame on me. There's always something you miss, You're like going so fast. I didn't change any of these. I just got ahead of myself. I apologize. And let's just call this menu and menu. And the reason why I'm doing these labels is because it's supposed to be like more accessible for more users. I think when your product starts to have a little bit more maturity in the marketplace, you might be able to go ahead and remove labels. But I think it's good if you're launching any new product that you're just making it easy on people. You know, we don't want to make things but so hard. All right, is that, what color do we use here? 900. All right, let's do 900. I think it looks good, is 900. All right, so just one color up there. All right, so now the only thing we're missing here is this header, and I'm just hitting Command click because it's going to save that text styling the next time I hit T, and we're going to type in home. And this is just going to be our header. Very simple. We're not going to do like this crazy thing here. But what we're going to do is make it fixed, and then we can just do 390. We're going to do the top as 48 to make room for a part of the actual device of a 16. Excuse me, iPhone 14. And then we're going to center the text here, and let's fill this with, fill it with 900 since that's the nav, and we're going to break the color style because we're going to make it a little bit, have a little bit of opacity. And then we'll just go ahead and make this a component, okay? Oh, I forgot one other thing. I made this color styling, excuse me, this shadow styling for the text because we want like a little bit of shadow to make it more accessible for more users. All right, so now the easy part, we just hit A and we bring in our iPhone 14 and let's just go ahead and call it home, okay? And let's just go ahead and copy and paste. You can use these to make it really quick and easy. And we can copy and paste this home, bring that to the top there. And, you know, this helps it when you want to make it, what do you call it, responsive. So, you know, it's able to be pulled out into any size. And just to show that like we're a different state, let's go ahead and add some color here. We can just duplicate this now, and we can call this one chat, okay? And then now, what's great about this is I can just switch this to chat, and that's what I mean. You don't have to make the variant of that. You could like click into there and like, you know, change it to the one you want. But for me, I just think this makes it faster, especially if you're doing a whole lot of screens. And we're going to call this one data. And then we can just change this one to data. And see, these are out of order. I need to fix that. And then this one's to be called menu. All right. And then there we go. And whoop, dug too deep. Menu. And so let's go ahead and just change these colors a little. Whoa, sorry about that. Didn't mean to take you along for a ride. Okay, and let's see, primary, let's just do electron. I'm going to do spark, and then I'm going to do a light version. And you can pick any color you want. You don't even have to pick the colors we have in here. These are just, you know, why not? Make it easier on everybody. Okay, so now we have all our screens. We just need to make them animate now, or excuse me, a prototype. So let's go ahead and start connecting some stuff. This is the fun part, I think. So chat, we should go to chat, data goes to data, and menu goes to the menu, and you get the idea. We're just gonna connect all these things. Oh no, I made these. So like when you, if you do this, if you do the wrong settings, it's going to duplicate all your settings. So we're going to change these to 300 because we don't want it to take 1600 milliseconds. Let's just do a short one. And we don't need to ease in and out. We're just going to do ease in for now. And so now when we do this, it'll save that setting that we did the previous time. So that's why I like Command Z 100 times so we wouldn't have to redo it. So hopefully that makes sense. All right, let's go ahead and connect all these bad boys. All right, and sometimes like I like that there's always a circle, but sometimes I get confused. Like I'm gonna hit it wrong, but I just need to get over it, don't I? All right, and then we have the chat, and then we have the data. And so now it's already started a flow point for us. So let's do bottom nav prototype for now. And then let's see how it works. Kaboom. All right, and we already have a device selected, and this is why I had so much padding at the top, because of this new feature on that phone. And you can see our plus sign animating from where we did that interactive component. And we tap chat, there we go, we've got the color changed, the headers changed, and you can see we have a selected fill version, and same thing for data, and then we have menu. So that's it. How easy was that? We did it. And you know, there's so many ways you can build these things. Like you wouldn't have to necessarily do these icons separate. You could just do them like this. But you know, so maybe you want to use these icons somewhere else in your product, and that way you don't have to like pull it from here. You have like these are kind of like your master pieces there. Well, anyhow, that's it for this tutorial. I hope you learned something. I hope you learned some tricks. If not, I would love to hear any tricks that you might have. Hit me up in the comments if you have any questions. I hope you have a wonderful, super fantastic day ahead of you. And take care. Bye-bye. We'll see you on the next one.